Now we go on to our second heat for Minimax. This time it is going to be groups A versus C. And here is your starting grid. Overall pole sitter after time qualifying earlier on today, Jacob Ashcroft will line up on the front row. Joining him will be Ryan Rivers, Lieke van Berkel and Kai Clark on row 2. Rory Armstrong and Maxime Becker, row 3. Finn Albert Jorgensen, due to start from 7th, might be starting from the dummy grid possibly. It's due to be alongside Carlos Nees on row number 4. Hasnain Khan and Jente Moonen completing the top 10. Sigurd Stubberup Fredriksson, Alexander Van Meeuwen, Bodine Blankenberg, Max Moore, Victor Reutz, Joliena Marie Schultz, Jeff Verbeek, Pauline van Breet and Mikael Kumas with Bran van der Weken running at the top 20. João Maria Pereira, Seis Moyes, then Ryan Gandor, and Ryan Rampadarath, and then Peter Appelman rounding out the 25 strong. So the red lights ignite on the starting gantry once again. So a further 10 minutes plus an additional lap on the timer. And in the earlier heat, it was confirmed that Cole Denham was declared the victor. Ahead of Felipe Reyes, Albert Friend, Lucas Dorder and Kai Clark. Maxime Becker, unfortunately, was disqualified post-race. Firstly, picking up a 5-second time penalty for behaviour. Second of all, crowding then prompted a disqualification from the heat itself. So Maxime Becker is on the back foot already. So the drivers now will make their way through into turn number 12. So heat 2 for Minimax, groups A versus C, up the rev range we go. Are we ready? Are we steady? The lights go out first time. It's a perfect start from Jacob Ashcroft as everyone tries to jockey for position. Lieke van Berkel in second at the moment, but looks like Rory Armstrong might be trying to get through. We have got a yellow flag. There has been a multi-cart incident and one on top of another. 4 carts involved, unfortunately, and that is not what you want to see in the opening exchange, as there's a little bit of sidewall to sidewall contact coming through turn number 6. At the moment, the drivers making their way through turn 10. Some moves being attempted, most notably by the likes of Alexander Van Meeuwen. Also, Victor Reutz and Jeff Verbeek, the 176 and the 126. And running out the top 16 at the moment. That might quite quickly change. At the moment, Jacob Ashcroft leads. Rory Armstrong in second position. Lieke van Berkel fending off Kai Clark for third place. 5th, it is Carlos Nees. Maxime Becker rounds out the top 6. Jente Moonen ahead of Ryan Rivers, with João Maria Pereira and Alexander Van Meeuwen running at the top 10. Hasnain Khan in 11th and is closing in on the 127 for the final spot in the top 10 on this race so far. A little bit of inter-GKS battling, I believe, with Ryan Rivers and João Maria Pereira. So they come through turn number 10, but at the moment it is still Ashcroft that is leading. Ashcroft pretty much dominated proceedings at the Winter Cup in Campillos last month. He also was the one that took the Grand Festival win at Kauper in Germany last year. Move has been attempted and completed. That was Ryan Rivers on Jent Thimunen for 7th place through turn 2. And a move there by Maxime Becker on Carlos Nies. That was very, very crucial for the 157 because that was for 5th place. Behind them, they've got the very fast pairing of Ryan Rivers and Jent Thimunen. And then a trio of GKS coloured karts, Jent Thimunen, Alexander Van Meeuwen and João Maria Pereira. Good to see Portugal represented. A shout out to Ronaldo and the team at Corridas, who also help with running the grand finals every single year. There's a bit of a moment there. That was for the 123. Ryan Rivers, unfortunately, having a little bit too much curb action going through into turn number 6. Really unsettled the 123 and allowed Jent Thimunen to get back through to retake that position. Jent Thimunen again looking up the inside through turn 9. Not able to facilitate that one, so it remains in the current position of 8th. There's more switching and changing between the likes of Alexander Van Meeuwen and João Maria Pereira. A little bit further up the road, Kai Clark is trying to do his utmost to get past Lieke van Berkel. Lieke is doing a fantastic job. She's keeping that 3rd position at the moment. Kai Clark clicking up the inside through turn 6, sweeps a little bit wide. Van Berkel back towards the inside, will get the inside run down the Europalaan and will get the inside racing line for turn 7. Neatly negotiated by the 185 from the Netherlands. So FM Motors giving a shout out for Husnain Khan, currently sitting in 12th position at the moment. And Lucas on YouTube saying, yeah, it's a lot of Danes here. Yeah, there's also a lot of British drivers here as well. Quite a few of different nationalities, so don't just single out one nation, please. Right, 4 minutes and 52 seconds still to go. Kai Clark now back past Lieke van Berkel. As they still battle away for 3rd position. And then just behind them, oh, right, I spot both Ryan Rivers and Maxime Becker. So the battle for 3rd position is really starting to once again intensify. There are going to be more drivers starting to catch because whilst Van Berkel and Clark were battling away, we then found those drivers behind, which includes, well, right, Carlos Nies has just been overtaken by Alexander Van Meeuwen, who is holding the torch for GKS in this race. Lieke van Berkel gets passed by Ryan Rivers, and then she gets back through on turn 2. So a nice switch back from the 185. Maxime Becker waiting in the wings to see what he can do. But in the meantime, Jacob Ashcroft has been absolutely flying away into, I think he might be in the Netherlands by now at this point. As there is the move from Ryan Rivers up the inside of Lieke van Berkel. Now a change for 4th position. Yeah, Ashcroft is 2.8 seconds up the road from Rory Armstrong, and that gap is increasing steadily. And Ashcroft's last 2 laps are 59.014, fastest lap of the race. Previous lap to that, another fastest lap. 59.107. Before that, another fastest lap. Consistency and fast pace is what Ashcroft is showing. That lap, 59.059. Gap between him and Rory Armstrong, who sets a personal best. Nearly 3.3 seconds. Kai Clark now has Ryan Rivers closing in considerably. Maxime Becker and Nico van Berkel now swap positions, so the German ends up in 5th place at the moment. 2 minutes and 40 still to go. There's a little bit of an assist there for Alexander Van Meeuwen. That was at the inside of Jent Moonen, courtesy of Carlos Nees, who had to lift out of the throttle. Slam on the brakes going into turn 7. So made sure that there was going to be no incidents happening into T7. But Ashcroft just comfortably just pulling away. I know his dad Barry just worries. He's like he is one of those warriors, bless him, but he's only looking out for number 1. That's his boy. Just like any other family member would do, whether it's a mother for a daughter or a father for a son, or, you know, all the respective permutations you can add to that. So father and son, father and daughter, mother and son. So quite a lot of families here, very much a family affair here at the BNL Karting Series in terms of the paddock atmosphere. 1 minute and 15 still to go. There is a move. Alexander Van Meeuwen has just got through on Nico van Berkel through turn 10. So Van Meeuwen, who started down in 12th, now up into a genuine 6th position. So Juliana Marie Schultz, Sigurd Stubberup and Bodin Blankenberg we've unfortunately lost in the meantime. The latter, the former two on the opening lap, and Blankenberg with on lap number 4. Now Jent Moonen up the inside of Lieke van Berkel for the position. So down to 8th place goes the 185 from the Netherlands. He's got Carlos Nees and Victor Reutz not too far behind either. Onto our 10th lap of racing. As I'm just keeping an eye on where Jacob Ashcroft is at the moment. He's just come out of turn number 11. The timer has now officially expired. We're on to lap number 11 out of 12. A little bit further behind. Well, Maxime Becker, I think, has just got past. That is more than likely going to be Kai Clark. As Rory Armstrong has got Ryan Rivers not too far behind him. So final lap board is out. Ashcroft sees it first. Armstrong in 2nd. Ryan Rivers in 3rd. Maxime Becker now in 4th, head of Kai Clark. And now the duelling begins between the two, battling away over 2nd position. So Rory Armstrong, youngster from Downpatrick County down in Northern Ireland, trying to keep Ryan Rivers at bay. Alexander Van Meeuwen now up to 6th place, ahead of Jent Moonen. Carlos Nees and Victor Reutz ahead of Lieke van Berkel with the 185 still in the top 10, but rounding it out. It's Ashcroft now on the approach in towards turn number 10 for the final time on lap number 12. Armstrong still looking over his shoulder. Ryan Rivers sweeps to the outside into turn 10 for the final time. It could be a drag race to the line between these two. Rivers waiting for his window. Armstrong goes defensive. Ashcroft takes the win. Who's going to be second best? Is it going to be Rivers? It is going to be Rivers. He gets through on Armstrong. Takes P2. Solid 3rd place. There's a bit of door bashing there, I'm afraid. between Carlos Nees and Victor Reutz coming across the line, who finish 8th and 9th respectively. Jacob Ashcroft takes Heat 2, Groups A and C in Minimax, ahead of Ryan Rivers by, get this, this is a warning shot across the bow for every Minimax driver here. 7.5 seconds at the end of 12 laps. Ryan Rivers in second, Rory Armstrong, Maxime Becker and Kai Clark complete the top 5, who were covered by just over 9 seconds. Alexander Van Meeuwen, Jent Thimmunen, Carlos Nees, Victor Reutz, Lieke van Berkel, João Maria Pereira, Hasnain Khan, Bran van der Weyken, Jeffer Baker, Mikael Kumas, Ryan Gandor up to 16th at the end of it, having started down in 23rd. So good effort from the Canadian. Peter Appelman, Max Moore, Pauline van Preit. Then we've also got Finn Albert Jorgensen, Ryan Rambanderath, Seys Moyes being the last of the 22 classified finishers. Bodin Blankenberg, Sigurd Stubberup and Jolena Marie Schultz. Unfortunately, we lost earlier on in the race.